Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Jerry, how are you? Hey, Badir, how are you? I owe you a phone call. Very impressed with the work you did. Got stuff to talk about. I was just helping one of my buddies move over the weekend, but I will get to you today. I haven't seen the update? Okay, we'll chat. Mother Truck is working on a project with me. I think it'll be helpful for traders. Very helpful for um, sort of visualization of what we need to do. It's going to be pretty cool. How was everybody's holiday? Hey, Ravi, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Hey, Juan. Morning, good morning. Oh, it was nice having 4 days off. So we're going into the end of the year. Our levels are working pretty good. Um, in the weekend update, I was saying, if we get over 64, we'll do this, and we didn't, which is good. So the reason I was so short biased uh, on my weekend update was this whole move is a month end move. Now, you might ask what a month end move is. A month end move is a move that occurs at the end of the month to mark up inventory so the books look really good. And the books looked really good at the end of the month, right? But failure to get up over 64 and a quarter means back down, right? And it's actually a look above and failed, but I think we were like 1 point above. What's our high? 64, 68, 64 half. So we went one tick above a quarter and then straight down. So I said, look for, you know, at least coming down to the close, you'll see overnight inventory now is short. So up here, right, above 67.95, this is the electronic trading session of Friday. Remember, it's a half day. Here's that weird little, um, you know, uh, Thursday session, right? And then here is Wednesday. So Wednesday is the last full trading day. So we use the high and the low of Wednesday. And you can see that we couldn't take out Wednesday's low because there's also our friendly neighborhood gap, right? There's a gap here. So that means that shorts are trapped under 95. They front ran and came in right at 6,800. Okay? So tactically, what's the next move? The next move is to adjust inventory up, right? Short term. And that's what we're doing right now. We've hit that bottom and you're getting that V reversal. But there's going to be sellers up here. And how intense the buying is, I would look for back and forth. And I'm going to caution a guess that we're going to go and fill the gap later on today. This is something that I would be looking for. Like if I was, I like doing the look below and fail trade, and it's a great trade. But I think they are going to sell into it when we get up to 24 if we do correct all the way up there. Because there is inventory here. And also, folks, you have to look at agenda. Okay? Agenda is everything. So the agenda at the end of the month is to mark prices up. That agenda has now been completed, right? So once an agenda has been completed, the order flow that is created from that agenda, right? If you want to mark up prices into the end of the month, new month means you don't have to mark up price. You just drop those bids. And this is a great way, if you look at this market, everyone is positioned here. If you look at, let me just get rid of, if you look purely at this cost basis here, is being sold up here for profit. Okay? So they could sell all the way back down into these levels here and still be in profit because their cost basis is down here. They're selling it up here. The difference is profit. That's how business works. It's pretty simple, right? They don't talk about that in trading because they want to confuse everybody. So they can't trade their way out of a wet paper bag. But there's that 6,800. You can see there's all your inventory, right? And it's being retailed up here. Once we lose that bid, we're going to come back and we're going to backfill these areas here where there were single prints and short positions. Right, we'll there's a gap here, and then we're going to come down into this area. That's what I'd be looking for later on in the day. Right now, we've got some bids at 6,800. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Hey, George, how you doing? Christmas is around the corner, right? Everybody wants the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, right? Just like they said in Trading Places. So let's see. Run some trades here. So our point of control was up in this area here. It was 1,579 contracts. That dropped down. Right, we get good absorption, but we see that there's a seller at 17, right? We see very clearly where the sellers are. And I was on the phone, we saw this look below and fail, and I didn't think it would actually get up to 18, but it did. Now we're just going to go back and forth, and let's see where we can pick off a couple of trades. Happy Cyber Monday. What's Cyber Monday? Well, happy Cyber Monday to you too, even though I don't know what that is. Yeah, let's see what happens. We're going to catch all that inventory. The half-hour chart's very telling too. If you don't have market profile, you can use a half-hour candle chart, draw some volume on it, and you'll see how it's just beautiful how the market came down to this area. This is our trapped long inventory. It's being sold off here, right? But we did find a bid. 6804 is basically the middle of 67.90 to 68.18. You can see we did a little look below and fail there. Now let's see what happens. So you can see it's one of the more beautiful distribution charts I've seen in a while, because most of this was electronic trading going in till the end of the month. And just you can see there's the big position, right? There's your cost basis. You're into profit. Beautiful distribution up here at 67.20. And then every time we go sideways, that brings in buyers. Oh, it's a shopping thing. Oh, cool. Well, I hope everybody spends lots of money and stimulates the economy. Get out there and spend some money, folks. Stimulate the economy. Those retail numbers aren't going to pump themselves up. It's the sister of Black Friday? Okay. Oh. The puck's moving around a little bit. See, now this chop is something that I will not get involved with, right? This right here. This is the nice trade that we look for when we go long, put our stop here, and then sell into that strength. But when the candles get choppy like this, you know that there's sellers here, that we need to clean this area out before we move higher. So let's see what happens. London's going to open in 18 minutes. We all need some stimulus. Yeah, exactly. Eh? It's funnier, though. I still remember, when I was in my 30s, I'd be like, oh, I want this. I want to buy that. I want to buy this. Now I'm like 57 years old and like, yeah, that's kind of nice, but Do I really need that? No. It's like you really you don't want as many things. You're like, eh. It's like I always wanted to own a boat when I was young. Now I just want to have a friend who owns a boat so I can go on it and not pay for the boat. Let's see. My balance range, Mike, I posted last night. It was a little big because I used the end of the week balance. So I used 68.34 to 45 and double it down to 12. And we're just kind of right at the edge of it right now. Hmm. 23 and a half to 29. Okay. Hey, Johnny. How's it going? Yeah, I hear, boats are just a hole in the water you pour money into. So, yeah, I got to find a friend with a boat. Short-term inventory is short, Worm. Indeed is. We've had a little bit of short covering here, so that's why we've got some price stability. Now, because it's a new month and because, I did a scalp trade a little while ago just to see if that 12 was responsive. Larger traders, if London opens and we get price stability here, you can build a little position above 12. If we hold 12, you can buy 12 to 14 position up, use 12, 11 as your outs, right? And then sell into strength because eventually we're going to go tag VWAP or try to, right? That's normal business conditions. Now it's a new month and I haven't traded since Thursday, so I'm not exactly. Yeah. I always like to test myself before I put like money at risk, so I'll sit and watch for a while. Actually, I do a lot more watching than trading, especially in this market, man. It's and then sometimes these candles. My prediction is that we're going to have quite a volatile December. I think there'll be some moves. Can I show balance zones? Sure, Moran. And I posted them. I think I posted them in the room. Hey, citizen, how you doing? Good to see you. We'll see you in January for sure. Hmm. Sorry, Moran. I thought I posted them. I should just remind me. I'll go post them now. Oh, I didn't. I had them in the. I put the levels in the weekend update video. That's why I didn't post them. I forgot. Data center jobs. Oh yeah, must be something working in one of those places. You can see that there's back and forth trade here, right? There's this And what we're doing is we're taking that upper inventory. Not everybody sells at the same time. We're collecting it in this area, and I think the markets are working fairly normally. I think, yesterday we said we're looking for a move lower, and we got the move lower. Hmm. Okay. So if I was long that 12 to 14, I'd be selling a little bit here, right? That's just me. I like to offload inventory into any kind of buying there is, just because I know. And what Badir is working on, Mother Truck is working on, is going to help you guys realize that you should be selling into inventory, your inventory. See how handy it is to mark out where the sellers are going to be? So you know if you were long that you get to these areas that you better start selling a little bit, right? How do you stagger the exit orders? Just put them like, say, okay, Mike, say I bought, say I'm long between 12 and 14, right? Say I'm long 13 and we're long 10. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So as the market goes up, it takes our offer, right? So you just offer them out. As soon as you offer them out, right, you get that. So did I not answer your question? How do you stagger the exit orders? I stagger the exit orders according to where the sellers are. So where the white lines are? So if I know that there's going to be a seller at this level, I'm going to try and sell, I'm going to front run that level. So if I know that there's a 17 and a half seller, my sell order is at 17. You're thinking about an algorithm. I don't even know how to think about an algorithm. That's where you and I differ. I'm a simpleton, right? I buy it, I sell it. I buy it, I sell it. Right? I just buy the position and I put the sell orders out. If the sell orders don't get executed, I know that there's not enough buying, right? Hillbilly math, right? It's really simple. I buy 10 contracts and I put two out at those white lines, just a little bit before those white lines, right? And if I was long and my 17 didn't get taken out, I'd be hitting bids like no, I'd be banging them out with both hands, right? If I'm long 13 and you show me a 16 bid, I'll sell you all you want. Because 3 points on 5, 6 contracts, that's not a bad trade, right? It's not a bad trade. How long to wait? Not long, my friend. Not long. This is, I don't know if you've noticed, but you really don't have a lot of time to let the grass grow under your feet. The other thing is, if you want to hold a trade for 20, 30 points, do you have the account to do it? Right? In a market where you have a 1 minute candle that's a 5 point, 10 point candle, do you really want to have a move come back on you and have to wait like 3 hours for a move? Because right now, inventory's long, right? When they inventory right now is being cleaned up, it's going to take some time. So take advantage of what there is. You're not going to get that big, huge move unless somebody gets really trapped short, and it's after month end. So what's the likelihood of that? Right? You have to have a little situational awareness about the time of the month, right? Yeah, you gotta know your exit. It's like when you go into like anytime you go in like you go into a room, right? If you go into a crowded room, you should always know where the exits are just in case a fire breaks out. So when you go into a trade, you need to know where your exits are, right? So you already know where you're going to put your sell orders once you've bought your position. Otherwise, you're just leaving it up to chance. Large traders use their sell orders and their buy orders to let them know how well your business idea is working. So if I'm long 13 and I put a sell order out at 15 and a half and nobody's buying it, well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that I got to lower price and get the hell out of the trade. Now, if you're trading 7, 8 figure accounts and you're holding trades for longer, you want to, maybe you're building a 50, 100 contract position between 10 and 15 and you want to sell it between 23 and 25, right? That's a different story. But for us who are scalping this move, I'm perfectly happy selling 2 contracts every 2 points up, right? Yeah, that's when you're making markets, right? But we're retail trading, right? Sell one for every two you buy. That's great, but we can't really trade like that, right? So all I want to do, Mike, is I want to buy that inventory and get the hell out of the trade before they notice that I was there, right? I'm very concerned about the fact that you guys are not making money, right? I want you folks to make money. I need you folks to make money because it's great to want to make 20, 30 grand a day, but let's start trying to make 50 to 100 bucks a day and keep it, right? And get that consistency going, right? Let's try for that. And it's consistency. Sell into strength. You have to sell into strength because if you were long at 13 and a half and you didn't sell into the 16, 17s, well, what are you doing? Why are you in business, right? You're in business to make a profit. You're not how much I could have made, right? That's not how business works. You got to take what the market will give you and you have to trade according to your skill level, right? You can't be delusional and think that you're going to make 30 points on every trade. People have the problem they'll go and look at this market profile and they'll go, "Oh, I could have shorted it at 68.60 and covered at 68.14 and then I could just tell my boss to go pound sand and quit my job." Yeah, and then you woke up and you found that you ate your pillow because you thought it was a marshmallow, right? You're dreaming if you think you can do business that way. You're absolutely dreaming, right? It's not going to happen. Not with a $2,000 account and not without any skill. It's just not going to happen. Take the money. Like I don't. It's like it's weird. I find people like it's like they're being insulted. It's like, oh, make $100 a day? Well, that's an insult. Well, no, because you don't know what you're doing. you know, right? Yeah, Mike, you maybe want to just Mike, if I were you, I would suggest you get rid of all this computerized crap and just go completely manual and get the process down and then try and automate it. Because it's very hard to automate a process that you don't have, you know? Like if you're not successful automating something, it means the process is. You just run it by hand. Just get rid of all that stuff. Go put your buy order out, put your stop in, and just do exactly what I tell you guys to do, right? And don't overcomplicate it, right? If I was long 13, 14, I'd be selling 15, 16, and I'd be lucky if I could get 17. But I'd be gone, and now I'm not trading this. This is like the barcode on a box of cereal. There's no reason to trade this. So knowing when to trade, when not to trade, right? I mean, and I haven't been trading heavily at all because I've had health issues, you know, and I finally got my health on track. The heart murmur thing has stopped, all of that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to doing some serious trading going into the end of the year and into next year. I've finally got that done. Get your orders out, right? Everybody has their orders out. Why don't you? And the other thing is it's first in, first out. So, that's how the Chicago system works. It's first in, first out. So get your order in so it gets in line. It's great. Yeah, the first one gets filled, the second one doesn't. Use my lines, Mike. Just watch my screen and just draw where the sellers are, right? You know where the sellers are going to be because look, if you sold there, you're going to sell there again. If you sold there, you're going to sell there again. You can see how the market came down as the sellers came in. So as it goes up, there's going to be inventory at these levels. It's not that difficult, right? The execution, of course, is difficult because you got to screw it up, but you got to practice it over and over and over again, right? Yeah. Well, you got to sit there and watch, Mike. So if the market gets up, say you're offered at 16 and a half, and the market prints 16 and a half, and you don't get a fill, right? I mean, this can't get any more simple, and you should know this, right? So the market goes to 16 and a half and prints. You're offered 16 and a half, you get no fill. What do? Hit the bid. You don't need to know how many. All you need to know is that there are orders in front of you at that point. So you hit the bid without even and train yourself. As soon as your offer doesn't get taken, it prints your price, but you get no fill. Boom. Punch them in the throat, right? As soon as you get printed and no fill, hit that offer. Take the money, right? It's one trade out of thousands of trades you're going to take in your career as a retail trader, right? Right now, that trade seems like the end of the world. It seems like, and trust me, I've been through this. I used to have a lot of anxiety trading, and I still get it sometimes because your ego, right? If your ego, like, because, oh, I can't be wrong, I'm not doing this right, blah, 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 blah. All these things are going through your head, right? After a while, if you just keep practicing the same trade over and over and thousands of times, that anxiety goes away or it gets less, right? So it's just one trade after another. It's like being a boxer and getting punched. Like you always remember when you get punched in the face, but if you're getting punched in the face every day, and you're going to get punched in the face in this business, this is a contact business, right? You just got to roll with the punches, right? You're going to be wrong, big deal, next trade, right? And that's why I'm a big believer in just simple analysis. Where's the inventory? Where are we? Where's the trade? That's it. You don't need to look at 300 million things when you're trading because it's just going to choke. You're just going to choke when you go to execute, right? If you're thinking about 20 or 30 different things, you're just going to choke. I know, I've done it. You can't look at 20 or 30 different things and execute. See, it's just choppy as hell. Let's zoom out and see what's going on. So if we took this level out, I'd be looking for sellers at 19, 20, and I'd say 22. Let's see if we can pop this. There's quite a few stops here at 18. If we can take 18, I think we can print 20. Yeah, I'll leave the ones and zeros to you. Yeah, unfortunately, Mikey, I don't know anything about coding. That's you're the Da Vinci with the ones and zeros. Not much going on here. So we have a seller at 17 and a half, and they are not going away until they're satisfied. So let's see if we can go down and take out 12 now. Hmm. Yep. If you can't take it up, take it down and shake them out. No harm in that. Excuse me. Does anybody have any questions? I know it's Monday. Monday after a long weekend. Just take your time and ease into the week. No reason to just jump in there with both feet. Take some test trades, poke around in there use the micro, you know, let the micro work for you. It's going to give you good information about what's going on. Well, we came down close to 12, found the bid. Now we're going to push up. Let's see if we can go take out 19. Big candle, eh? Big candle. There we go. See? Now, do we get a seller here? That's okay, Harris. Take your time. See, look. See when we drew that line? Seller. Seller. And that's something the candle guys will never tell you. There we go. Clean that seller out. Next level, top of that candle, then the next level is going to be 22. So if you are long, remember we were saying, position long 12 to 14. You definitely want to be selling into this because your target is VWAP and everyone's going to be front running VWAP. Right? Nice inventory correction higher. Cool. Oh, good, good, good. Right to 22. Hey, Quick, you're welcome, Quick. Thanks for being with us. And I'd give you guys a little marketing for the room. If you want to learn how to do this without a bunch of gibberish, just want to learn how to trade and make some money, look after your family, just pay your bills. I call this kind of trading that I do blue collar trading. Get your money, get in, get out, get paid. Don't try and act too smart. you know, just we really, really want to. We just want people to get paid. We really just want people to get paid. You sit in front of these computers so long, you do so much work, you go through so much heartache in this. You deserve to get paid. So the VWAP on the 1 minute chart is anchored at Ravi. It's anchored at 6 p.m. Eastern time. The Globex Open. So you know how anchored VWAP is a popular thing. I like 23-hour VWAP, the VWAP of the entire session. So yeah, I'll go and I always anchor it every morning. Yeah, it'll be right at 2300, which is 11 p.m. my time. That's 6. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people use different VWAPs, but I just like the 24-hour one because I think most institutions and stuff just still trade. That's the most popular VWAP. Number one, it's institutional. And number two, most trading systems that don't have anchored VWAP will anchor right at the Globex Open, which is kind of cool. So, all all I really want is to be executing where everybody else is because that's where the most order flow is going to be, right? It's like the most popular club, right? All the people are going to be at that VWAP. Now you could, anchor VWAP at the low or the high or whatever, but the most transactions are going to happen at the VWAP that everybody uses. Yeah. And if you break this down, remember the half-hour chart I was showing you guys? You can pretty much see the distribution on, you can see accumulation, distribution. That distribution brings in buying. When you have a sale, you go right back to that low. Then you go back up and then you distribute again. Then you go up and then you distribute again. Do you see that? So this is what the market is like currently. It goes up, does this, goes up, does this, right? Do you see that? That's what's going on. And you can see that they're clearly front-running VWAP. Hmm. That's pretty much it for tonight. Or this morning. Yeah, so come check out our trading room, thetradingsyndicate.org. Steve's always running some kind of a special. And be sure to check out our AI trading coach, which, I know that a lot of you are using AI now. Our AI trading coach has been, well, it's been trained so it doesn't have any useless information. Like if you go to a chat GPT or these places, they'll go and get information like a vacuum cleaner. This has been trained from trusted sources, so you're not going to get bad info, which is kind of cool. There you go, Mike. Let's see if we can get up to VWAP. Creep it up there. It's at 25. Yeah, session VWAP. Yeah, I'm trading view. I'm not really adept with their software. Exactly. That's a good one, Harris. Hey, there's VWAP. There we go. Tagged it. Good short covering. Good short covering. And what's the goal now? The goal is if enough buyers come in, the goal is to take whoop, the goal is to take this and go sell it up here. See? That's the agenda, right? That's what we want to do. We want to go take that and sell it. If you went and drew a volume profile from the top of that candle down, you'll see now you see where the position is, right? You see the position, right? There's going to be a little resistance when we get up to this area here at 28, just here, right? And there's single prints here, so there's supply up here. That equals resistance. So that's how you can use. You know what? That's a good question. What is generally the range of a balance zone? The range of a balance zone, Blackhawk, is really dependent on the day's range. Sometimes, like, do you notice like lately we've had really big ranges, like 50, 100 point ranges, big, right? So when you have like an 80 point range, sometimes your balance zone is going to be 10 points. Here, this one's like 11 points. Um, but if you have a smaller range in the session, then you can get away with a smaller balance zone. So it'll sort of adapt, right? So if I just get rid of all this stuff here now, I'm going to say the next seller is up here, right? You could use, here's a balance right here. See, there's a balance range here. You could use any of these as a balance range. All you're looking for is a high and a low. When it looks below that high, it goes right back to that low and vice versa, right? Yeah, Moran, you treat the sim with respect. It's not like you're playing a video game. So when you're going live, you'll be well trained. Now we should go and find bids at VWAP because once we get over this area here, then the position will be underneath us, right? All of this, and then what do you do when the position's underneath? You go to retail it at a higher price. You got it, Ricardo. No problem. Target will be the close, right? That's if inventory hits the close, we'll say it's adjusted. And that is pretty much it for tonight. Nice inventory move back up. Yeah. I find that most people, Badir, will sort of more mature people will use the sim properly to learn how to trade with and then switch to micros. And then, of course, people, who are using the sim, they're like, I'm going to pretend I'm trading 2,000 contracts. That's a bit of a different thing. So, yeah, it's a tool. It's a good tool to learn how to use the software, how to be familiar with the software. And then you want to switch to a funded account and start, putting your hands in the order flow. How does trade copy work? I don't know the mechanics of it. All I know is that people link a bunch of funded accounts to a trade copier and go nuts. I think you should only do that once you're a bit more advanced, right? But see if you can make money using one account and do it consistently. That's sort of I don't know. I'm overly conservative because I just don't like losing money for no reason. Um, that's just me. Some people are independently wealthy and they feel like losing money. That's great. Um, but you know, I'm I'm definitely more conservative. Do you think short sellers would cover again even when they're still trapped earlier? They do, but you got to understand, Black Hawk, that there are different time frames of short sellers. There are short sellers who are short from 3 weeks ago. There are short sellers who initiated tonight. So there's all these different time frames. And I was supposed to do a video on that, which I haven't done. I did 4 videos on the weekend, but I haven't done that one yet. That is one that most traders don't realize, that there are different time frames of participants in a market. So some people will be trapped, some people will have covered, right? And right now I can tell for sure that there's people trapped under 68.18 because the market's bid VWAP, you know. So I'll get that video out. I'll get it out today. See if I can do it properly. All right, my friends. Well, that's it for me this morning. Now look for sideways action. And remember, if we don't get any more customers coming into the store willing to take price up to 34, we'll come back down to that 18 area, right? Hey, Lear, how you doing? Got insomnia? Hey, Jared, welcome to the room. JB, how you doing? Yeah, we're back to normal now, right? Now all we have to do is deal with Christmas and year end. Should be a cakewalk. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful morning. Come join us at the Trading Syndicate if you want to learn how to trade with some common sense. And we will see you at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. UK time for our next session. And oh, yeah, and also if anyone is interested in one-on-one lifetime coaching, please DM me at vwaptrader1 on X. And thank you so much. Bye for now.